FTX account drainer swaps millions in stolen crypto, becomes 35th largest Ethereum holder. So you guys remember this weekend when things are going absolutely bonkers and we thought we were going to get some time off? Well, that wasn't it, because $600 million was moved from FTX crypto wallet late Friday. And they said in an official Telegram channel that it happened to be compromised and instructed users to not install any new updates and to delete all FTX apps as those were malware, which I think in fact that they were probably instructing people to do that so that the data gets deleted or whatever. I have no idea. But basically, the hacker behind the exploit started moving millions in stolen funds during European morning hours. Who wants it?
I'll take it.
Wendy's
I'll take
tired.
the sad story.
Wendy needs a break.
Wendy needs a break. No, this was a rough story on Friday. We thought that we had had enough of FTX for the week. We thought all the bombshells had landed, and then we got one little last kicker in the pants as we went into the weekend, and that was a huge hack on FTX. We don't know who did it at this point. We know some other exchanges have information on the identity of the hacker or hackers behind this theft of $600 million from FTX, but we don't have a public persona as of right now. Of course, there's a lot of allegations floating around, and we can get into that in a little bit. But what we do know is that those funds are on the move, and those funds are always going to be tracked because there's a little thing with blockchains where you can see where things are going to go. And right now, there isn't a great system for breaking that up because of the regulatory moves that we've seen over the last 6 months, specifically with Tornado Cash. So I do think that if there's any silver lining here, it is that these funds might be found and then taken, because we do know the public, do know the person behind the action on this, according to a different exchange that was looking at it. So I think there is a silver lining here. But at the same time, $600 million drained from FTX after filing for Chapter 11 only added to the misery for so many different exchange users. Zach, I'll boot it up to you.
I'm so confused. I'm glad I'm not an FTX user, because this whole story was so confusing. Whether this was a hack, an inside job, or some other thing, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to give it to Jen, because I think she probably knows better than I. Because this one, I sat this one out. This was too confusing for me to deal with. So Jen, please help.
It is really confusing. There was another article published on CoinDesk this morning that cites Arkham Intelligence. And the article said that the hacker appeared to be in a panic and lost a large amount of money while moving tokens across chains to avoid getting caught. Chief Executive of Arkham, Miguel Morel, said the exploiter doesn't seem to be that sophisticated and may have taken at least one or two amateur missteps by using a verified personal account on Kraken to send tokens to cover transaction fees. So this person says it's only a matter of time before blockchain sleuths are able to figure out who the hacker is. Just another progression in this insane story. So
Ouch.
that's
I think
hacking
they know.
sounds
I think
hard.
they know.
Hacking sounds hard. Like you
Do they
get
know
all
who
this
it
money,
is?
you're caught in the bank vault, and you can't get out with the money. It sounds hard and
Yeah.
stressful. I don't know why
Being
people do
a
it. They
criminal
think
is
they can
hard
do
and
it.
stressful. Who would have
Sounds
thought?
hard.
But isn't it so interesting that with this like very, very dangerous tool, blockchain technology that's pretty much public, you can see like on a public ledger, and like, you know, you can like track people, you can find things out. But again, it's so dangerous, right? And it's only used for criminals, but you can use this tool to actually catch criminals better than you could with fiat. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I just must not understand how this works, or, you know.
None of us do.
That's that.
It's okay.
That's that transparency.
We
That's
just
that
don't get
on-chain,
it.
that real-time audit, man. Are you a Fed, Wendy? Are you a Fed? Are you a sleuth?
Wouldn't that be
Are you
the
a sleuth?
ultimate twist in this story?
Oh.
That'd be amazing.
Well,
I'm
it is
throwing
rumored.
it to
I mean,
Will.
yeah, I'll just be quiet. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Ooh, spicy. All right, I'm throwing it to
I do
Will.
like your
Will,
hot
what are your
takes.
thoughts?
Yeah, no, so I think Jen sort of wrapped it up there pretty well, right? We do know the identity because this person moved funds through Kraken and used an identity, you know, KYC. It's there for a reason in some cases, and this person moved funds through that account. And so we know through most of the evidence available that it was probably this person who did it or has a tie to that account. Sometimes people do sell KYC accounts, so that is a thing to be of note. But for the most part, we know who did this, and it's just a matter of time before we find out who that identity is. Needs to go public, of course, first. And there's just going to be another round of mudslinging. So we got to look forward to that at the very least. It's a Rough note to end the week on, though, and last week on that Friday, where we had FTX going from hero to zero in a matter of 6 days, and then $600 million hack to kick it off. And of course, there's a lot of allegations out there, and there should be like a lot of public discussion about it, because those funds, $600 million, was basically all they had left at FTX. I think there's a few hundred other $1 million in there of like tokens that are illiquid and liquid. We have a mix of all that stuff. This was sort of like the money that they had left, and now it's tied up in a hack. It could be even longer before people who are going through the Chapter 11 process with FTX actually get their funds, because now it has to go through all the stuff that entailed with a hack. But we'll leave it there. Zach, kick it over to you as we go to break.
What a crazy footnote to this whole saga, that a hack capped it all off. Crazy times.